I get exactly why they make clothes now. It's fucking cold. Hi and hello and yo, everybody. It's your boy. Grab a drink, grab a snack. The homie ZXinfinite is back. Today, we are on the second episode of, and welcome to the Legends Castle. The Legends Castle Round Table, a new podcast slash series slash show that might have and involve other guests on the show and have other people, or it is just me solo talking about random topics and doing a lot of a random assortment of things, and it's a great fun time. It's a legendary grand vibe time, of course, always. And this is our pretty much our first official start of the show where we're actually doing the show how I wanted it and how I planned on doing it for a couple years or so, longer than 2018, because I think, yeah, in 2017 there was original episodes that unfortunately got lost and deleted, not necessarily deleted, but thrown away, and this is finally came to fruition, and now we're here. So, unfortunately, all those versions and all the old ones are gone, but we are finally here and doing it once and for all. So, I hope all of you are having a legendary day, and let's begin this podcast slash show. The Legends Castle, the homie ZXinfinite's round table, classic tacos here. We have a couple different videos besides this we're going to start everything off with, so I'm going to show those first, then we'll continue with the rest of the podcast right after. But until then, enjoy these clips, and I will see you guys right after while I enjoy this. So this is from June 28th. This is most likely the date of the first episode and first podcast. Instead, it's on the second because of completely forgetting that I had this video in the first place. So, what's going on? It's your boy, the homie ZXinfinite. Hope y'all doing good. And this PS4 Airlines needs to PlayStation freaking swear. But the origin of the name, and if I've done this clip before, then you most likely will not see this clip unless there's added context or added details that I'm giving. But the origin of the name The Legends Chambers came after a lot of renames. Originally, it was Deadly's Round Table. That's what I was going to call it when I was ex-Deadly's playing that character. And it really stuck. Like, it didn't feel like it was copyright enough. It felt like original. It was the round table, and around the table is different members and different people of people that join, guests, people that are on the show, just having a good time, talking about whatever, and just doing the podcast. And that's what it originally was. But then I was like, I'm gonna get copyrighted. Let's not do round table, and that's, round table pizza, if you feel me. That's one of my favorite joints, but I can't do that to my boys, you feel me? So I was like, nah, we're not doing that, and we're gonna try out a new name. So the next name I came up with was the Legends Chambers, and I was like, okay, so this is cool, but why chambers? Like, why do we got to do it underground? Like, this is official meeting. Let's do it like in official place, you feel? So I was like, what's the name that I could that's cool, and the legend name just kind of like represents something important. So I was like, what's bigger than a castle? Because I know that there's like something bigger than a castle, but fuck it, I've always wanted a castle. So then I called it the Legends Castle, and I think that name stuck, and I think it will stick, because I don't feel like there's anything that can be more fitting and more better of a name than the Legends Castle. So I went with that, and it stuck, and it's still here. And I think that's the name. Maybe that's the name I was looking for. I like the round table name, and it was one of my favorites. It rolled off the tongue, and it really just like had its own like spark to it. But then this one also like has its own thing to it. So I was like, this is the one. Um, so yeah, that's the origin of the name. The Legend Chambers. I'm pretty sure I came up with it this year, if not last year, but I'm pretty sure it is this year. The Legends Castle, not the Chambers. Um, and there was a couple of other names for the podcast I was gonna go with, but I didn't go with it. So yeah, that's that. And thank you for watching this clip. All right, rewatching the clips. Basically, the GBA debut is the one I haven't watched yet. But the first one is how I got the name of the podcast. The second one is Chris Jericho and his comments on fans and them being like that. Now, I've yet to make a full on episode for wrestling and all that stuff in general. But I just wanted to quickly touch on what Chris Jericho said on, I can't remember his name's podcast, but it was a podcast or something. And he was saying, and I'll quote this: you go to a Broadway show, and this is a really good point right here. You don't, if someone fumbles the lines, people ain't gonna start saying you effed up to them. You know, like they don't start chanting that. But you go to a WWE show, and they start saying that. And my response and quick take on this is, let's go back to ECW, right? Y'all remember the crowds. Y'all remember how the crowds were then. Y'all remember ECW No Way Out 2006. Freaking the whole crowd then, you know, even with John Cena versus RVD, the pay-per-view and all that. I feel like the best way to explain it is Chris Jericho saying that you gotta have more respect. But what I think that I think it is like you kind of have to expect that. Like there are gonna be some people that actually don't like you wrestling, and there's gonna be some people that don't like how some people wrestle or some people do this or that. So you know you're gonna have people that boo you. You're gonna have people that cheer you, and some people that boo you. You know they're gonna say you effed up. You know there's gonna be even drunk fans in the crowd. You know you gotta expect that. Um, and you know freaking there's a lot of shows that don't like that aren't there anymore, like WCW, ECW, and all that. These are just to name a couple out of many. Um, and now it's just WWE. So if they go to one of those shows, or if they go to some type of show and they start being some type of way like that, for example, I mean they're gonna be like that because maybe that's where they originated was ECW, maybe any of their or freaking some other place. But it's kind of like it's not like to the point of criticism. It's more like some people boo you, some people cheer you, some people boo, and some people go a little bit over, and some of them go the extra mile, jump the damn freaking fence and all that. Not the fence, but like the whole barrier, and they start going in the ring and everything. I mean, that doesn't happen as much, and it really is kind of rare. But when that does happen, that's them going the extra mile. But I mean, some of them are gonna like say you effed up, and yeah, they do make mistakes. I agree with that. With the whole wrestlers making mistakes stuff, and that's completely true. And when you hear that, like if it affects anybody, like you just gotta expect that. Like you're in there at a crowd internationally. The WWE, arguably the biggest pro wrestling company right now. So you're gonna have people all over the world coming to these shows. So everybody's gonna act different. No one's gonna act the same. I mean, some crowds might act the same. Some people might act the freaking have the same reactions. Some audience members, but overall, everybody put together, everybody's gonna have a different opinion on what's going on and different reaction to what's going on. So I just thought, like, just kind of just you kind of got to expect that to happen. I mean, some people are going to be, you know, different in the way that they might see, react to things, think about things, all of that. But that's just me. I don't know where I'm gonna put this video. I don't know if it's gonna go on a podcast. I don't know if it's gonna go on the next level wrestling. I don't even know if there's gonna be another next level wrestling. But I'm gonna save this specific clip, because I really like this topic and I really like talking about this. And Chris Jericho is definitely one of the best wrestlers of all time, hands down, and has like a great knowledge and psychology about the in the ring and wrestling overall, pro wrestling. Um, so I definitely would agree with some of the stuff he did say, but there it goes to like just back to what I was saying is like it's gonna be expected. Like you're gonna get different reactions, and those are gonna be a couple of the reactions you're gonna be getting. Um, and yeah. I did want to add a little bit to that and say that it's not just you have to expect it. It's also that that he's actually right. Like on the real, he's right what he's saying, and I completely agree with that. In terms of respect, but there's also another thing where if wrestlers can interact with fans, I know it's like, kayfabe and all that, and that's what it's supposed to be, then I don't see why they can also be like that and at least a little bit of disrespectful, not like jumping over the barricade and interrupting the match and messing it up for everybody. I'm not saying specifically that, but a little bit here and there of them. I mean, you're gonna have people boo. You gotta have people boo. You gotta have a reaction from the crowd. That's how you know. And to quickly add, that's how you know if you're doing right, if you're getting the reaction you want, and if you're not getting the reaction you want. You want to know your situation around you and everything around you, your surroundings. Also, like that's how you develop, not just like your character, the person you're playing, whatever. Um, but I mean, even in that like crowd or whatever, you're still gonna have some people that are just maybe being obnoxious because they're maybe drunk off their arse. I don't know. I mean, something like that. But it's just primarily the fact that you need to know all that stuff, and you should want to know all that stuff. I mean, you can ask any wrestler that knows their environment when they're in the ring and knows like shoot, maybe even John Cena or The Rock. You can ask them too. They're definitely two that recognize all of that, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. They're all megastars. They're all great. Undertaker even, just to name a few. That's how you know a match is right. That's how you know what you're doing is right. Babyface or heel, whatever, or even a jobber. But in terms of reaction wise, you're gonna and you kind of have to and gotta have those reactions, because that's how the audience is one of the key things for your overall career and your performance. That's very important. Now, if they're super disrespectful or overly disrespectful, that makes sense to a degree, but you're going to have a reaction from them no matter what. And I did want to just add a little bit on there, to the whole thing in general. Back to the whole podcast and everything. I'm going to quickly rewatch the debut video and add any notes or anything that I need to add to that. Welcome to July 29th. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:37, and I just want to talk about something right quick about the GBA episode that just took place earlier tonight. And I want to say, like, almost every time we do a Georgie's Battle Arena, I would always have injuries at the end and would end up injured. Of course, I have this on the foot right now. And I'll show you the original video. Don't look if you do not like cuts, scrapes, or if you get easily triggered by blood and all of that. If you're not liking that or into that. Even if you are into that, just quick warning for those there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's probably because I sweat.
Yeah. And this is going to be in the second episode of the podcast, The Legend. I can't really go full legend here because everybody's sleeping right now. I'm not going to wake them up because I'm trying to say legendary. There's just can't do that. But basically, I also hurt my left nut. I don't know what nut it was, if it was the left or if it was the right, but one of them took damage, and I mean major damage. I don't mean like serious, supreme damage. I'm talking about just damage. I think it was my left nut because it's hurting right now. So I'm assuming that that was the nut that got destroyed. Not completely, but it took some damage for sure. I think it was around the start actually. Funny enough, JJ Orange was doing a move. I don't remember, but it was with the cardboard box, and I just it would not go well. Like all that whole area. Nope. But I mean, like I thought about the match, what I was gonna do, how I was gonna perform in that match, and what I wanted to do with JJ and how we were going to do the match as a whole and make sure it turns out the best way possible. But also, I mean, it's still just the first match that is going to be uploaded out of the many times we've done this and the many attempts that we've made for this before, you know, all the old footage got lost from the past couple of years that we were going to do of Georgie's Battle Arena and GBA. We've had some insane bouts. We've had even blood. And just, I've had multiple injuries before. I don't know if anything happened with my head specifically, but I did a lot of like overselling and stuff like that. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the episode because it is just like a test. It's like the pilot in a way. Not everything is like finalized and all that, so we're just giving you a sneak peek, a little sprinkles, a little taste of what's to come. Sneak peek of what's planned. But yeah, and I took damage in that area and on the foot, and for a little bit I did not know I had that. Like my adrenaline was going, you know, everything was, you know, hilarious by the last part, and actually the last part got changed. It was going to be Georgie just counting us out for 5 seconds, and I had to come up with it on the spot. That's what I came up with, and Georgie was going to count us out because I didn't want either of us to win. I wanted to make it where neither of us wins, so we're just going to keep battling and the storyline continues and all that. I don't know how else to explain this, but basically I didn't want to have the audience screwed over besides the wrestlers and the whole storyline, but I didn't know how other way we were going to do this. It was mainly JJ Orange who was like, alright, George's ballerina. I'm like, alright, you really want to do this? Tonight's the night. So we got ready. We got our like costumes, our apparel. We came up with some of the moves. We did some of the stuff we had planned in an earlier episode, and we adapted that and put that in that match. Unfortunately, you can't really see a lot of it, but it was pretty much his idea for wanting to do this like out of nowhere, and I was like, all right, I guess we're doing this. And it was really good. It turned out really good. It turned out really fun. The way it looked though, overall, when I saw the video, it kind of would have looked better if we had an extension cord maybe, but it's whatever. But the match was overall pretty good. Just a couple injuries, like damn, that's going. I'm gonna feel that tomorrow. and I'm gonna feel that. But anyway, as I was saying about my foot though, at first I wasn't really feeling it, and then after a little bit, I'm like, damn, I think I got a cut in my foot or something. And then I really start feeling. I'm like, damn, I took damage. Yeah, and then if you've seen the picture slash video, then you know how that would have felt. It burned, it hurt, and it wasn't like a really bad, but I felt it for sure. And then I cleansed myself off after the match and applied some Neosporin, some of that nice liquidy moist stuff on it, and now it's good. But yeah, I just want to talk about the GBA match and some of the stuff behind it. There's some more stuff probably to talk about with JJ Orange if I ever have him on a podcast. But shoot, maybe he's on this one. I don't know. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this because I gotta get some sleep. I'm kind of up pretty dang late, not gonna lie. Yeah, but yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. And see you on the next clip. I wanted to say that sometimes these episodes of the Legends Castle Roundtable will be live, and also that's also new, a combined old name that I had for the whole podcast. I added that in there. It's the Legends Castle Roundtable. In the Legends Castle, the Roundtable. So that's another addition I wanted to add. Besides the fact that some of these will be live, some of them might not be live. It really just depends. But right now, the way I do these episodes, they won't be live sometimes, but again, it depends on the episode and if it will or if it won't. But back to after the debut video, because now, as you're seeing it, the video already played, but I'm gonna rewatch it right now. I just really quickly want to say that and all that. GBA episode, as you're watching this right now, is not uploaded. I'm going to upload it and finish that video after I finish the podcast and also finish the video I'm gonna have on my second channel. That is another thing, though. What do my voices do? That is another thing, though, is I do sometimes get injured during the making of Georgie's Battle Arena / the wrestling promotion, wrestling show. And 99% of them are all gone now, along with the old versions of the podcast, my show, as you're watching now. The old versions are also gone of that. A lot of old things and a lot of ideas even are all gone, unfortunately. But so going through all that, and now I'm here. It sucks because those could have been uploaded and could have been great with JJ Orange, but unfortunately stuff happened and it's gone. But we just randomly did this episode because he wanted to, so and he was just joking, probably, maybe not, kind of, I don't know, but he said he wanted to do it, so I was like, all right, if you're serious, let's go. And that's that's how the show started. We got all the stuff ready, and it's in the laundry right now because I have to clean it. But yeah, that was it was a interesting bout for sure. But I'm going to edit it after all of this, and then once those are up, then I'm just gonna chill. And then I'll come back to edit the vlogs, and then once those are up, then I'm pretty much done with everything else there. Oh yeah, and on that note, it hurt. Balls hang low, and sometimes I sit on them. You guys might not have seen or heard it happen, but basically JJ Orange, I guess, tried to expose me. I don't know why, or he made a video clipping one part of a stream because I really don't know what kind of thing he does. I don't know if it's a condition or something mentally, but he does some things not really normal. and I feel like it might be reactive attachment disorder. I'm not sure, but of course, I'm new to him all of his life. I've played games with him for years, so I know when pretty much everything more than other people would say. So before anybody on the internet tries to give me a lesson or try to teach me, it's the internet. So of course, I expect those things, and obviously, people are gonna say whatever. Never meeting me or anybody around me in real life, and just watching one video and just act like they known us for years, or act like they known us for a long time and know what we do and how we do it and all that. It doesn't work out like that. It just none of that. It just doesn't. Basically, he has these not even moments, but there are days where he's just different and he acts very different. And I'm not gonna go full in on depth like I did in the 4-part series that I made, talking about everything in depth, because it is a real big issue and problem, and it still kind of is now, and I wanted to get a little bit more in depth on it just real quick. I don't want to ruin the vibe of the whole podcast or anything, and just mess up everything, because we're all trying to have a good time here. We're all trying to enjoy and enjoy our time here and have a great, legendary, grand vibe time. But we made a kind of deal that we would still hang out as long as we both would delete the videos. And when I say delete, I mean in quotations. I mean, we delete them. We don't unlist them. We don't private them. We delete them. And he said he deleted them. Turns out he privated them. So I was like, okay, I'll do the same. And I don't necessarily care if he re-uploads them or if he makes them public. I never really did care about the videos in the first place. But it is really weird how he's one of those that try to act cool, and it's really weird because we're in the same house. But then he makes those videos talking shit in his room, comes out and tries to hang out with me as I'm streaming or doing a video. And most of the time, that's the only time he comes out and talks to me. As long as he appears in a video, like I said in one of the parts, or any of my live streams, that's when he wants to get his attention so people subscribe to him and all that. Let alone the fact that half of his subscribers are fake. I basically had an old account, and somehow he got access to it, and he basically changed the password and took the whole account. And I still don't know why or how. I did not give him an account. I did not give him anything like that, and I never would give him any account that I'm using. Now, I have not used that account, but it's still my old account. And I'd rather have it than him use that account and create all these fake subscribers and then subscribe to himself with it. And then once he also hit his 300 subscriber count, apparently he started bragging about it, but I still don't know why that even matters in the first place. But it's still kind of a problem for some reason. I still don't know why it's not being solved at all, or why it's not fixed.
Damn, I wanted to get some bullies. I forgot.
But it confuses me. It confuses me on why he chooses to do certain actions, and he says it's because of depression, like my other sister has, and has been diagnosed with it, unlike him. So it's obviously an excuse. And I feel like he's saying that because they have a weird bond/connection, and it's kind of weird. I'm not gonna go say a lot of stuff about it, but it's kind of weird. I'm gonna get off that topic, and I don't know if these are excuses or what's really going on, but I feel like because we live in the same house and we pretty much lived with each other most of our lives, I see what goes on around, and it's not really as bad as he makes it sound. He even made a video saying he was quitting YouTube not that long after he uploads, and then he does this content. So again, I'm not sure if it's because the fat nerd. I don't know. I really don't. But I don't, again, like I said, I don't want to ruin the vibe. I don't want to ruin anything in this whole podcast, because it's a great podcast, and I want to continue the whole grand vibe, legendary vibe of it, and just get off the topic while we are pretty much finished with it anyways. But before I stop talking about it, I did want to say that even though we've basically made up, at least how I see it, from what I've noticed, it's still, and I mean a very small, minimal part, is still continuing. He still like talks shit or does weird, unnecessary things or talks smack here and there, and I still don't know why. I really don't understand. So in this moment right now, I can't really say we're on the best terms. You know, I respect him, love him, wish the best and hope the best for him. But I don't like to make a fake personality or a fake persona on the internet because it's the internet, or because I'm scared of this or that, or because I'm worried, or any reasons. I'm just being myself. Like what you're seeing right now, you can ask anybody, even if they hate me, even if they made an exposing video on me, even if this or that. If you and hanged out with me in real life, if you've seen me anything, as long as it's been in real life, you would know I am the same on the internet that I am in real life. It's exact same. Nothing's over exaggerated, nothing. The only time it was somewhat different is during X Deadlies, because I was an over exaggerated version of myself, and I'm not gonna like re-explain everything that I've said before, but you know, X Deadlies, the character was just a character I played, and it was that. Now I'm just myself, and you know, I do whatever and be whatever on this channel, because this is what it should have been the whole time, and this is why this is my favorite channel that I've always wanted to do for years, because this is where it was supposed to be, and what it was supposed to be way before. Like this should have been the first one, but of course I never came up with the name and never did any of that, but now we're here. So that's it feels good to be here and feels great, but that's just the topic there. I don't really know. I'm not saying that we're on bad terms. I feel like in his mind, because of the fat nerd, I believe that he thinks that we're on bad terms and that I do this and that, and I go after him, and I really don't have time for that. You know, I do all this other stuff. So I don't know. I don't really want to keep going and talking about this, but will he appear in a future episode of the podcast and more content that I make? Of course, I'm open up to the idea of anything. As long as he's in it, I don't mind if he talks shit in the episode or he does unnecessary stuff, because he's done that in previous streams and videos anyways, but it's not really affecting me at all. So I mean, some people will notice it and be like, oh, okay, so he's just like the fat nerd now. But that's pretty much that. And yeah, last but not least, on the whole GBA Georgie's Battle Arena thing, it's only going to be a sometimes event. There might be a couple episodes, and that's that, because in my career and my life and everything, wrestling is still going to be big, but I'm not going to have this show. It was just a thing before a couple of years ago that I was going to pursue and I was going to do and was going to make, and had all these storylines and all that, and had all this written. But now it's just something I watch and enjoy, and yeah, that's pretty much all that with professional wrestling and everything there. But it's not going to be as big because of certain events that took place, but because of certain situations that took place. But that's pretty much that, and moving on. Make sure it turns out the best way possible. Take me away from here. Everybody's so fake, everybody's so fake, everybody act like they care. Take me away from here, everybody's so fake. Anyway, I just got done watching those clips, and usually these podcasts are going to be an hour to two, on an average podcast, like a normal podcast, pretty much something like that. And it's it's normally going to be around that long. So let's see what we react to first. Let's do the meme of the day. Let's get some good. Let's go to straight lighthearted stuff after some of the topics we talked about. I'm finished for right now, so I'm just gonna put this to the side, and let's continue what we will do. And usually we're going to have topics with a parentheses, an S in the middle of the parentheses, S, parenthesis around it. As you can see on the screen, topics. So multiple topics, if not just one topic. But it's pretty much just the video clips that I've already shown you. And I also want to ask you guys before I get into the meme of the day, quote of the day, and the question of the day. And it's that on every podcast from this one going forward, we're going to answer questions. So basically a Q&A on every single one. Now, of course, I'll do a certain amount of subscriber Q&A, and I always wanted to do that, so we'll definitely do that. But on every podcast, and this is every podcast that we will do, we're going to do Q&As. We'll spend a little bit of time, maybe about 5 minutes, answering random questions around YouTube, Instagram, freaking any social media. We're talking Snapchat, even if I have a Snapchat, but I don't. And a Twitter, because that's what I meant to say, and Twitter. And Discord, or wherever you ask the question, Reddit or something, I don't know. Wherever the question may be, in the comments section, right in this one, also is where I suggest and recommend, and that's what I was going to get into, is anywhere and everywhere you can leave a comment/question. As long as it's in my mentions or where I can see it, then it will most likely appear in these episodes. So if you have a comment, a question, or anything you would like to say, preferably a question, if you can't come up with a question, then anything else other than a question, leave it in the comment section below on this video or the previous podcast or any podcast after, or any video that I make, as long as you refer it to the podcast or ask me anything. It doesn't matter what it's about, it doesn't matter what the topic is, and I will answer every question on every podcast. And I'm guaranteeing, because I go through my damn comments, so I don't know how that happened. So I will guarantee that I will have a answer for every question I see. Any question that ever been questioned, even if I have 1 million subscribers, even if I had 1 billion subscribers, 10 million, doesn't matter, diamond plaque, anything like that, I will absolutely guarantee you that I will spend so much time reading a comment and getting a picture of the comment so I can put it in the podcast also, and answer that question in the most legendary grand vibe way, the Homies X710 way that it can be answered. So guarantee I will read your question, and if I don't, and if I somehow don't see it, send it to me. And when I say send it to me, is if you're able to DM me, and if not, then just spam me a little bit. Not that, when I say spam, I don't mean like do the whole shit, but spam me, just type it. So on that note, let's see what the meme of the day is. The meme of the day is on this screen. You crazy son of a bitch, you did it. Factual. Now, it's funny because I played a little bit of Sonic 2, and I like all the Sonic games, by the way. There's not a Sonic game I don't like. They're interesting, and they're like, the way they play, they're very interesting. I feel like they're kind of zoomed in and you don't know where to go, and the map's kind of confusing. A little bit like Donkey Kong Country, just a little bit, but not like zoomed in like Sonic. When I mean zoomed in, it's very close to Sonic, and it's very hard to see. Like the camera's like this, and the level's like bigger. Like Mario, I like Mario because he doesn't take up like a lot of the screen, and neither does Sonic, but it's just kind of zoomed in. I don't know if that makes sense, and I don't know if you guys can understand what I'm trying to say. But Sonic 2, good. Want to try out my new mic right quick and say that Mario is more like straightforward, whereas Sonic, you kind of have to find your way throughout and try out every path you can and probably find secrets on the way. Kind of the same as Donkey Kong, but you can do one or the other. Donkey Kong Country series. Pretty much, I feel that might be the way for Yoshi's Story too, but anyway. But the movie, I'm actually planning on watching it, and shoot, if I can watch it, I will watch it tonight. And
you never watched it.
You know what? I'll do a video on my second channel, and I'll have it on the next podcast. I'll put it on the next podcast to review. And I might even have a legendary Grand Vibe movie review. And upload that, and maybe even clip it and put it in the podcast right after this. Maybe clip this part too, and let y'all know my reaction, because I did see the first Sonic movie. I got the collector's edition, and I actually really liked it. It was pretty good. The first design was weird though. But anyways, the real question is Shadow in Sonic 2, and will there be a Sonic 3? If they're doing the Sonic 2 like picture, by the way, like this, they have to do the one for the third game. There's no way they cannot do that. If they're doing the right stuff like this, they got to do the third one. And on top of that, the picture is really dang good. Like, it's more like awesome than it is funny, at least, you know, in my opinion, how I see it. Because, you know, Jim Carrey, Sonic, and he's playing Eggman, and just everything's happening. His mustache is Eggman. It's just facts. The quote is just facts. Moving on to the question of the day, showing up on the screen right now. What would you name your boat if you had one? Mass D. Mass D. You know, with the period, the dot. Absolutely would be the it would just be my Mass D. It'd be like, hey, y'all trying to go fishing or swimming in fucking alligator crawling in the water? Yeah, let's just all hop on my Mass D. That's my boat name. There's no cap. There's no other better boat name than that. Like, let's be real. The quote of the day. Show up on the screen now. Showing up on the screen now. I can't use my language. People begin to become successful the minute they decide to be. That's, for the most part, that's facts. Me personally, I've been for a while, because, you know, I've been doing this for so long, and I've been doing it on multiple channels, so it hasn't been the most successful because I've been trying to find it. And this is where it was at the whole time. The homie ZXinfinite, that's where and who I was supposed to always be. And that's what I was looking for throughout every channel, throughout the 7... Out of the whole decade I've been doing YouTube, and that's actually crazy how I realize I've had channels longer than a decade on YouTube. But when I've been starting doing YouTube videos, I just really like doing it, and pretty much out of the 7 years when I really took it serious, I finally got to this point, and it took, you know, since 2015. Lethal Deception was the first channel, and then Shadow Ripper right after, on to Nightmare, and then all those channels to freaking X Deadlies in 2017, and then that lasted until 2021 or 2020, somewhere around there. I don't really know. I can't really say 2021, but somewhere around there. And then I finally found the channel I've been looking for in 2021, and that was the homie Zach. Now the homie Zach 710, because anybody could be a homie Zach. So any Zachs watching this right now, leave a freaking comment about how you the realest. With a real Zach stand up. Because all Zach is just the realest ones. You already know. If you have Zach in any of your friend groups or a Zach at all in your life, they a real one. Like, no cap. But yeah, I do love and agree with that quote. Now we're on to the last part. Last thoughts, and anything to update y'all on. Of course, like I said earlier, vlogs. I'm planning on making a best of. I'm not gonna say on what, but one more best of this year. I only have one more that I have planned. I'll give you guys a hint. It's another GameCube game, another one of my favorite games of all time. Definitely on the top 100 best games of all time. And that's all I'm going to say there. So it's another GameCube game, and I'm going to eliminate Super Smash Bros. Melee out of the question. Even though there was really great moments on that, and Mario Kart Double Dash, but those two aren't going to be the GameCube game that I'm talking about. Neither Super Mario Strikers, because we haven't even finished that game, so how could it be that one either? But I kind of just spoiled it because I took out Mario Kart Double Dash from the answer pool, but I took it out of the hat, you know. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, just the vlogs are the only thing I have to edit. I'm currently about 10% done with the next vlog. That vlog being June 1st to June 15th, or May 8th to May 28th. I think it might be May 8th to 28th. Yeah, so I just spoiled the next one. But that's the next one. June 1st to June 15th, because it was like pretty much the May vlogs. I started doing it then, and then it just kind of like, you know, going out through the time. And I see the two vlogs where I had the official beard, and then the one after, I just don't have no beard and no long hair. And it's just, it's crazy. But yeah, do I regret it? No, I definitely wanted to, you know, try something different after a little bit, and do this again. But that official beard, that was official. Like, that was the most official beard I had by far throughout decades. All right, that was where it was at. Anyhow, just the vlogs, this podcast, and some secret frickin' uploads, them being some best of. And the best of is pretty much the only projects that I'm primarily mainly working on as of right now.
That's
Metroid
cap.
Prime 3 Corruptions Let's Play playthrough, any percent completion, was something I did as a main project, but this one part in the friggin' level, if you go to the most recent episode, episode 8, you'll know. But it is just F in the chat for Metroid Prime 3, for MP3 right now, because it's not going well. But I feel like I'm just going to put all those projects to the side, except, of course, the main 3, the ones I'm doing besides the gaming ones. I'm going to put all those to the side until I come back from the break. It might be a couple weeks. It might be a week. I don't know. I don't know when, but and also this other video I gotta edit here. There's a couple of videos I'm gonna put on the second channel also that I'm going to work on right now. And then I don't know if my trying Black Ops 3 on PC is still up or not, but if it's not, then I don't know. Other than that, is there any music projects coming out soon? There is one that I'm working on as of right now. That's all I'm gonna say about it. That's all. Just even though I just dropped the second album, which hasn't been on YouTube, I can't really say that there's anything else to do. There's not really anything else I have planned right now. There is a upcoming big project that I have not done. You know what it is. It's not music, it's not gaming, but it's something different. And I haven't done any of that yet, but I'm going to start, diving in, just going straight in, raw, and just fucking just getting that, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a great project. It's gonna be legendary, and I cannot wait to see how it turns out. Last but not least, this is kind of the most exciting. I'm gonna be getting new items this next month, and I'm going to be adding some to the legendary Grand Vibe Armory, and I'm going to hint what they are right now. Let's say one of them is something that I've had before, but it's like this, for example, how are you watching me, but it's for something that I'm getting soon, a gaming PC. The next thing that I'm going to be getting is something I have actually gotten before, but I have to get it. Like, do I have crows under my eyes? I probably do. I don't. That's cool. I mean, like, I'm awake. I'm not tired for a little bit. It's almost past my bedtime. But an important item always to cherish. To cherish. And it is something very important. Let's just say that. Let's just say, how about this? Video I uploaded on my second channel. Sorry, I'm going bald, so I have to like match it up. Is actually has it in that video, and it is mad good. And I'm missing something. Why would I get the monitor without freaking getting the other thing? Son of a glitch. That is a fact. Give me a second. I'm just gonna get you guys hyped up for the next games that I'll be adding to the gaming lineup. Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Super Mario Maker 2, Super Paper Mario, Super Mario 3D World, and Devil May Cry 4.
And Smash Ultimate.
And those are going to be other games that I'm going to be adding to the main game lineup. And I've had 3D World before, but you know what, screw it. Why not just get another one? And I don't know why I can't just get a disc version, but screw it. Am I going to get it next month? Maybe one of them, but also, last but not least, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh, why didn't you say so before? You could have just said that like earlier.
More
I
than
didn't
half
have to
of
say it
these
for you.
games. I actually had most of these games. The only ones I didn't have were Devil May Cry 4, Super Mario Galaxy 2. I had one, but I don't know where it went. And Super Mario Maker 1 and 2 I've already had. Super Mario 3D World already had. Super Paper Mario already had. I lost Super Mario Maker 2. I think someone stole that. I also had Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I actually liked that game. It was a great game. Super Mario Maker, don't know what happened to that. Got lost. Super Paper Mario, don't know what happened to that. Got lost. Super Mario 3D World. Not Paper Mario 3D World. That's probably a good idea. And then Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, also lost / stolen. But yeah, and a Nintendo Switch. And a Wii U. I've had both of those things. And you guys remember the blue hoverboard that I got like hundreds, thousands of views on the Emperor Ultimate channel? Stolen, probably sold in a pawn shop for, shoot, I don't know, wax.
That's what happened to it though.
Anyhow, how could I miss these two? Why did I miss these two? Also, Mario Kart Wii, because I've also had that, and Superstar Baseball, I've also had that. Both of those, where the frick did they go? They're both lost. And I'll get those returned so I can play those, and do a gameplay on that. And those will be added. Let's choose one right now. Actually, we're probably able to get two. was a weird noise. That is going to do it for this edition / episode of the Legends Roundtable. I hope you all enjoyed episode 2. My foot just hurt a little bit right there. I'm going to catch up on some of the hot ones and watch a few of them. I'm going to watch Billie Eilish and Michael Cera. I've seen the Billie Eilish one, I think. Megan Thee Stallion, Margot Robbie, Post Malone, E40, T-Pain, DaBaby, YG, Kevin Hart, Lil Yachty, Shaq, Big Sean, Action Bronson, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Jack Harlow. I got Jack Harlow the last because save the best for last. No, I'm kidding. But I chose which ones, and I might watch all of them. I don't know, but I definitely wanted to watch those ones. So that's gonna do it for this episode. And I want to thank all of you for coming through, watching, and if you made it to the end, hashtag TGIF Friday. Now that's what we're doing on this one in the comments, dude. Freaking comments like Friday or something about Friday, or you know what? Question of the day, the legendary Grand Vibe question of the day. What was your favorite Friday, or what was an awesome thing that happened on a Friday, or what awesome happened today? Doesn't matter if it was a Friday today when you watch this video, but what's something awesome that happened today, or something cool, or something that you liked, or that made you happy today? Comment that below. Thank you all so much for coming through. Once again, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Helps out and supports the channel a lot. Love y'all, and I will see you guys in the next video / live stream. And I will be back after the break next month. It will be next month is when I come back, but it'll be a week or two before I come back. So that's that. And now time for the long time that I'm gonna have to wait for this video to get in the freaking program and work and everything. But yeah, that's that, and I will see you guys then. It's been your boy, the homie ZXinfinite, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.